Hurricanes are one of the most violent and destructive forces of nature that occur every year. In this video, we will be figuring out how intense this hurricane season is going to be. The Pacific Ocean practically controls our weather in America, but also controls hurricane season. First, we have to look here. We have to figure out what kind of pattern we're going to be in. If these waters are going to be warmer than average, or if these waters are going to be cooler than average. So, what kind of pattern are we going to be in this year? First, we need to look at our current ENSO forecast. This basically shows us whether or not those waters are warmer than average or cooler than average in the Pacific. Alright, so starting out where by the time I'm filming this video, we are in an El Nino, which basically means that those waters out there are much warmer than average. But, as you can see, getting into spring and summer, that blue line starts to go up, and that is La Nina. And La Nina means that those waters in the Pacific are cooler than average, and the waters in the Atlantic will be warmer than average. And if the waters in the Atlantic are warmer than average, that calls for more hurricane development, and more hurricane development could result in a more active hurricane season. But these Atlantic temperatures are not just warm, they are really warm, like they are breaking records. In the past few years, we have been dealing with record-breaking sea surface temperatures in the Atlantic Ocean, and all signs are pointing to these temperatures to continue to rise as we get into this hurricane season. And the fact that we already in March are dealing with sea surface temperatures that already could support tropical storm development just means that during the peak of hurricane season, we're going to see ridiculous sea surface temperatures, and if any hurricane can get its hands on the highest of these temperatures, could just lead in catastrophic events, and this is going to be a huge reason of why we most likely will be dealing with a very active, maybe even a hyperactive Atlantic hurricane season. Now that we know what season we're going to be in, we actually have to go back to past hurricane seasons with a similar pattern, and we can figure out what kind of hurricane season we may be dealing with, either if it's going to be an above average or below average season. We'll start with 2010. This season was very active with 19 named storms, including 12 hurricanes and 5 major hurricanes. This season was responsible for 392 total fatalities, and it caused an estimated $7.39 billion in damage. The next season to look at is 2017. This was a very similar pattern to what we're supposed to be entering this year. This season was very active with about 17 total named storms, including 10 hurricanes and 6 major hurricanes. This season was responsible for a whopping 3,369 total fatalities, with $294.803 billion in damage, making it the costliest tropical cyclone season on record. This season also included the infamous twin Category 5s of Irma and Maria, in which Irma slammed Florida in early September. Now, with the data that we've looked at, it's time for my official 2024 Atlantic hurricane season forecast. This year, I'm expecting a very above average and active hurricane season with about 16 to 20 named storms, including 5 to 8 hurricanes, 2 to 5 major hurricanes, and roughly 2 to 4 U.S. landfalls. That's going to wrap up the video, guys. I hope you found all of this information useful and that you learned a little bit more about how hurricane season works. So please consider leaving a like or subscribing to the channel, as I put a ton of effort into this video. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.